Hello, 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 all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in, come on in. I don't uh I don't plan on being here long, so some of y'all might catch the replay. But whether in the replay or on the live, right now, right now, hit that like button, please. Hit that like button, please. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. But more important than that, like, comment respectfully. Support the platform in any way that you feel so led. Cash App, which is pinned there. Zelle, which is rolling at thine bottom. And of course, the Amazon housewarming birthday wish list that is in the community, on the community post. So, let me open my water and wet my throat. Like I wasn't going to say nothing. I wasn't because we had did the live with St. James, and that was, that was that. We had spoke with Bishop Jordan already. So, you know, that that was what it was. Um, and then it grew wings and it took off. Um, and I didn't have a problem with it taking off. It's content. Listen, I'm here. Get your likes, get your views, get your coins. You know what I'm saying? But it's the delusion and the lies that that has gotten me. We did the live with St. James, and then we had Patreon, which we do every week. Um, it wasn't. Why do people make up stuff? It's not a it. It wasn't a Patreon to talk about this. Hey, Chantel. We do Patreons every week. Now, what the topic is, you never know. It could be what's going on. It could be, you know what I'm saying? It could be something else. It could be personal. It varies. But the fact that people want to, oh, they made it live just for the stop. Now, why am I saying something? What do this got to do with you? You wasn't at the mall. You're right, I wasn't. But when you call out my team as a team player, you jump in the game. So when you say better bloggers, then you are then referring to me. Um it's so funny because Travis posted maybe, okay, I'm gonna be nice, 5 minutes after 5 minutes after Travis posted, maybe. I'm just saying five, just to, but I'm probably wrong. Um, we had gotten the story from beginning to end, and everything in between. I will not um tell all of that. People project they would have done a Patreon to tear people down, so they expect others to do it. I think that's right, Chantel, because it wasn't like that. When you have a certain group of people, and this is why it tickles me when people be like, I got this in my, I got prestigious people. And when you have people who really have things going on in real life, there are certain spaces where you can let your hair down and when you can't. Okay, so y'all gonna hear some noise because um it snowed, so people are doing donuts in the lot. So if you it whatever. But people can only say things in certain spaces or feel comfortable in certain spaces. And be it that Patreon is private, although there are some intruders, um, it's a space where you can kind of say what you can't say or would not say on um, a live stream. That's all it is. Exactly. We can relax in Patreon without worried about, yes, outside drama. Exactly. So when, and it's crazy, and it happens everywhere. So it's not really crazy or weird because it happens everywhere. Each leader has their follower. And no matter what they do, good, bad, and indifferent, you ride for them. But at some point, you grow up and you look at things and you say, okay, I know you said this, this, and this, but I see this, and this. So even though you're telling me this story, you there's this mansion, there's all of this money, there's all of these things, there's all of this, there's all of that, and you go in here and you do that and you do this, but what is seen is not that. Okay, so when one of your followers say, that not make sense, that means that they've grown up and they've matured and they've they're using their brains, not just what you're telling them. So let's see. Well, after Patreon, um I saw that Larry was on, I say names, I don't care, on Thais's page. And at first, no, Larry's post went up. When Larry's post went up, I said, here we go. Because mind you, we had already seen, heard, and talked about. Okay. And then somebody said that he was going live. We had already finished a live and was in Patreon when you got wind of this. So some say that there was some feelings because it wasn't said told first. The whole thing about William trying to get in touch, we knew that. Um, and we know what was said or what was told to him. So this other narrative about William upset, like I I don't understand what. Just say what you're going to say and let that be it. All of the additives and all of the extra flavors, and then you putting the lemon pepper on it. Now you got to put hot sauce on it. Now you got to put the Parmesan cheese on it. Some dishes don't need all of that. Some dishes don't. If you do your lasagna right, you may need a little Parmesan cheese, just a little bit, and maybe some garlic bread. But when you go to putting all of this extra stuff on it, it makes the lasagna nasty. When you go to putting all of these extra words to these stories, it makes it sound crazy. So now I'm responding because I've heard both sides. Okay. I didn't just hear Larry's side. I didn't just hear Bishop Jordan's side. I heard Bishop Jordan's side from his mouth, and I heard Larry's side from his mouth. Now, we start from the post. Larry's post was shady, a little disrespectful, um, a little narcissistic, um, a few falsehoods. But then you can't say that it's a falsehood because you never know what a person is looking at from their aspect. What'd you say, Chantel? Exactly. We can relate. Oh, no. Some people just can't stand folks growing and evolving. They can't function around healed people. They say they want it, but they don't. They say they want it, but they don't. So it could have been something simple. I ran into, look who I ran into. We talked, laughed. It was a blessed day, or I'm clear, or um, that's it, nothing else. You know what I'm saying? We could have read that, you know. Um, but all of this baby son, and there was no reconciliation. That, like, all of that extra stuff, and then to put it like they did something to you or they owed you an apology, like all of that. I, come, like, oh no, 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 no. Like this is why everything else happened. Because had you just come on and say, hey, don't worry about the real reason why I decided or I felt like the spirit told me to go my separate way. That's what I'm doing. Um, like, you got any questions? Call me, email me, like something. Just, but you went to the gutter and you started saying all of these things when you could have just, like you said the other day, called. See, and I keep saying this, the chat can sometimes be the problem. Had Larry went on his own page and talked to his own community, the people who know him and that back him and would steer him to, hey, that's too much. Wait, don't say that. Don't say that. You had your people there telling you not to say it and you just kept going because the energy in the area that he was in, it was the energy from that area that he was in that pulled him into that whirlwind and watched him spiral and egged on the spiral, and it just took off. Now that resulted in Bishop Jordan and Prophet Manasseh coming to YouTube to tell their story because of everything that you had said. I should see if they'll come on and tell about this. Because it'll still get around. It'll get around. I don't have tens of thousands, but it'll still get around. Because you didn't tell the truth about what happened. If you listen to the story, okay, from the first thing that he said, I said, oh, here we go. He said, and this is why you got to think, use your brain. He said, well, we was walking in front of him, but he was recording. We didn't know who it was. So, how did you know that he was recording before he walked up to you? You did jump. You did jump. Um, which you could have left that part out. It's the voluntary lies. That's that's what be getting me. It's the voluntary lies. You all talked. Um, yes, Travis came down, like that was true. You left out some things. You changed some things. And then the things that you said you didn't want told, you came back and told, but then put this extra sauce on it that did not need to be. You can't take accountability to save your Gucci's. Now, there are several pictures because everybody was taking pictures. And most times when Bishop and First Lady are out, there is a videographer around. Most times. So If you know him, you know that. So there were pictures being taken before, probably, probably before Travis even thought about it. So the whole, when you, I'm not broke, I'm taking him shopping, I'm buying this, I'm buying that. You don't have to volunteer that information or say stuff like that if, like, nobody even, that you volunteered, that you made sure that you said that to prove a point that nobody asked about. And then you told the story as if you led the conversation, and you know that's not, you know that that's not true. Did you apologize? Yeah, but it was one of them apologies, one of them, like, if you felt like I did such and such, then I apologize. Not taking accountability for the nasty, mean, defaming, um, hurtful, embarrassing lies and fantasy stories that you told. You didn't take accountability for that. And then you go all off into these other things that, and you still was low key doing the same thing that you did previously. But then for it to be said, oh, the better bloggers, y'all didn't know this, you didn't this, you didn't this. Girl, you just heard. Here's the thing, I can no longer just listen to Larry's side, because in the last 60 days, the retracting, the the extra ingredients, the manipulating, backtracking, story flipping that you've been doing, I have a hard time believing what you say. Not that I'm anybody that I got to believe you anyway. You ain't got to prove ish to me. But when you keep putting this stuff out here, then instead of you trying to not further the damage or correct the damage or the image that you've put on the first family, you, instead of you digging with a shovel, now you using a plastic party fork spoon, because you're still in, I don't understand it. And then you're talking to a community again who, it's the energy. Maybe when you tell the story the first time, you should do it on your own platform and then go to somebody else's platform. That's just like a basketball, football, baseball, whatever. They play better at home and then come out on somebody else's platform and say something. Because when you're in the wrong environment, and this ain't no shade, this is just this, I'm just talking. When you're in your own environment, your people know how to deal with you. Your people can reel you back in quicker than somebody else's. That's just like a pastor going to another church. If he's just going as the pastor to do a revival somewhere and the church is not invited, he gonna preach. But if it's a church outing and the choir come and the congregation come, he gonna preach up a storm. He gonna walk pews. He gonna take his jacket off. He gonna grab his ear a little extra. He gonna hit some extra notes because his people are there. His people are there. So they're gonna grab him. They gonna do, he might be used to a certain, that's right, doc, and that's gonna push him. He might it might be a certain mother that the right way and that get him going. But when you're in an environment by yourself and you only have a few people there, you're not going to give the same. Did you say Roger? It gave very performative, yet it was. But then you have this person who's going to believe whatever you say, however you say. So that makes the incident true. It's not it's not. It gave 70-30. It gave 70-30. I'm gonna do 60-40. I'm gonna do a good 60-40. But instead of, and then here's the other thing, and I commend William. I commend William on wanting to get both sides because he's friends with both sides. I can't take that from him. But when you're not friends with both sides, you can only get one side. The call, it wasn't even a chance for a call, which wasn't gonna happen, but it wasn't even a chance for a call to be made to Larry from St. James. Why you talking about him? Because you were on there. Y'all always try to throw shade at St. James, and he ain't, I say the same shit every time. He ain't did nothing but told the story. We all put our opinions on everybody. That's what our comments are, our opinions. So when we go to other people's pages and we putting stuff in the comments, those are our opinions. So s- it's given. mm, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say it. You ain't heard it from me, but it's given a little J. It seems like the more that is seen of St. James doing, the shadier the comments get. And it's okay. Y'all might as well go ahead and get some more ready because it's something, it's some stuff coming. So go ahead and rehearse some more. Go ahead and rehearse some more. But you don't ever try to throw off on my team when, one, you got the story late. Two, you got the story wrong. Oh, it's so much right there. Cause when stuff when people ain't really worth it, and they really for real outside of social media don't have nothing. I ain't gonna even say don't have nothing because I don't know what nobody got. I know it ain't without whatever. You can do content without it being derogatory. I ain't gonna say shady, but the stuff that the quote unquote two most integral people say, it gives the opposite. It's giving yelling from outside the club but can't get in. That's really what it's giving, Chantel. That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. And it I ain't bragging or boasting or anything. But from what I have seen myself and felt myself from the Jordans, I'm more apt to believe them. I am. I guess that's how you feel about Larry, but there's been no contradiction with them. There's been no backtracking with them. What they said, they said. If they said it and didn't like, they'll apologize. Like, they're not. We have not seen that from Larry. And it has to be the people outside of that circle, that those bubbles, because being in that bubble at one point and now looking at it from this standpoint, I go back and start questioning a lot of stuff. Cause I smoke, but my memory ain't. I keep telling you, I remember everything. That's like, how in the sweet Sam hail from Zion can you sit? d- How how you can sit yourself on Jamal Luther King's internet and say that the comment about Bishop Jordan wanting Shamako was taken out of context. I wanted to turn the phone off right then. How in Okay, okay. We made it bigger than it should have been. What the hell? Are you serious? And I don't have nothing against Larry. I don't know Larry. He don't know me. And to say that I'm I'm traumatized, love, we've all had traumatic things happen in our past. But I'm not living in my trauma. So if you picked up that there, yeah, I've had some trauma, but I'm not currently living in my trauma. I talk about things to try to keep people from experiencing the trauma that I've had. That's why people continue and why cycles continue, because no one says anything. And I refuse to let my children or my grand go through anything that I went through. Now, if they go through it knowing it and they choose something, then hey, that's on them. But it'll never hit them in the stomach like a kickboxer. So yes, my nieces, my nephews, my younger people that I know, young adults, teenagers, I need them to know certain things that go on in the church as well as outside. So I'm never speaking in trauma, I'm speaking from trauma. Let's get that understood. So don't do that. Don't do that. Don't I didn't like that. But again, that's your opinion, but I'm telling you my truth. Um the baby boy son thing to me, I think is a dig, because he's been your brother and Manasseh and Prophet Manasseh all of these times. So I'm just trying to understand how after an apology you go to that. I will not go into the discussion in the middle of that. Um there was mentioned by several people of someone who did not want to be named in the number. And you threw that one under the bus. You threw that under the bus. But you've been bus throwing a lot. So some stuff is not surprising. It's almost like you would think that a person would learn from their experience, but is I don't know. William and Bishop are going live tonight. Um, I have not talked to William about this because I know he's, doing his live tonight. So I'll hear his side tonight. We'll hear his side tonight. Everybody knows that William is sensitive. And we as Sagittarius are very sensitive. But don't let the sensitive fool you. Hey, Nicole. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, don't let the sensitive fool you, because I'll beat the bricks off of you crying. Will. Will. So don't take his I don't like the fact that his emotions are being played on. Now William ain't dumb. Now William is very strategic. And speaking, our birthdays are the exact same day. So speaking from experience, it's people that I fool with that I know don't like me. But I watch what I tell them. I watch how I handle them. I handle them accordingly. Oh, Nicole, don't. I'm taking the first one. Nah. um, but no, seriously, you have to. You just have to be careful. And when you've been stung by a bee in a certain area already, when you go back into that area, you're absolutely on guard. You see everything. What got past you before will not get past you again. You may not say anything. You may not say anything. And because we're go getters and goal oriented, we don't particularly stay in certain situations too long if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So if William was like that, William would have went live last night. I think he would have. Or the chat would have been blowing up. Hit that like button if you have not. If you have not, the ways to give to support the show is right there at the top. It's Sean 74 is the Cash App. The Zelle is scrolling. In my backyard. Hello? Can y'all hear me? Am I back? Am I back? I think I'm back. I think I'm back. I think I'm back. I got a phone call and it knocked out everything. Am I back? Can y'all hear me? Give me a one. Give me a one. Give me a one. So, um, I don't know where y'all went out at, but um, the story is just crazy. Like it you gave this skit and there are people that know the truth. That's why I say the post could have been short. Hey, I seen him, we talked, that was it, nothing more, and kept going. But it's the additives, and then it's the your rah-rah corner that comes and tries to dig. Everybody will hear what William felt or what William said tonight. I do know that William did call and William did receive a message. So, and there's nothing wrong with him getting both sides. Why y'all only want him to hear Larry's side? What is wrong with that? And then y'all throw shade at William, but then y'all call him brother. That little undertone stuff that y'all was saying, that's not right. If that's how you feel, call your brother. Y'all talked about Jives for what? Jives wasn't at the mall. Nobody in the better bloggers was at the mall except for Bishop Jordan and First Lady. So why all the extras? Why are we talking about St. James? Is it because the information was found out soon after the picture was posted on Instagram? It hadn't even got to YouTube first. We had the pictures before Travis posted. Then we posted them before the live. So the picture was posted. St. James posted it and I posted it. Then St. James went live. Then we went into Patreon. And then comes the bull. So not only were you late, you're giving late information. You're again talking about people who had said nothing about you. So when things like this happen, then it's and then the audacity of the person that talked about who
You talked about him and you talked about him and you gave him name after name after name, and you gonna do a show. Yeah, it's the backtracking for me. It we see how the teams form. The ones that don't like somebody, they team up. Don't let it be two people that they don't like. Oh, they gonna extra team up. So you fickling about William. You don't like St. James. You don't like Jazz. You don't like Bishop Jordan. So the people who who don't like them people, y'all about to team up and do what? Come up with some more ancient artifacts, or come back with stuff that you're going to have to backtrack in either your Patreon or your members only, or like simple as this. Lennox Mall, you can see anybody. There are people who just go to Lennox Mall, not to shop, not to, but just to people watch. They sit in the middle of the mall and they people watch, or they go upstairs and they look down and they people watch to see who's coming. If they see a celebrity or they see somebody, then that's where the crowd starts. Between Lennox and Phelps, you're going to see pretty much anybody who lives in Atlanta doing a concert in Atlanta, doing a appearance in Atlanta. They're all going to go to those two malls. So Monday through Sunday, you can go to Lennox Mall and pretty much see anybody. Kind of why I stopped going. Um, these two people just happened to be in the mall. One was spotted by someone with somebody else. Now, if it was something when they noticed that that was Larry, they could have stopped, they could have backed up, they could have turned around. Like, none of this could have happened. But because love was present and there was no hard feelings, Bishop did what he does. Now, I'm going to say this. If it was the other way around, I can guarantee you that Larry would not have approached Bishop. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say if Larry had noticed Bishop from the back, he would have been the one to turn around or stop. He wouldn't have approached him. He wouldn't have approached him. And that whole I felt it, I felt no, you didn't, because you wouldn't have jumped when he put his arms. Wouldn't. So yeah, Larry gave his side. um excuse me. But again, it was 60-40. When you've heard from both horses' mouths as well as some calves, it was 60-40. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. People feel like they are the only ones that get emails and inboxes and DMs. You've crossed so many people that people volunteer tea. I've read some messages that was sent. Ooh, the restraints. Cause honey, I'd have been in, I would have let one of them go by. I promise you. But it ain't my place. But girl, just know. Girl, just know. Is it's out here. It's out here. You say you know some stuff. Yeah, and so do other people. Tread lightly. Not that I didn't expect it or suspect it. Um, when you've been in the life so long and you've been around everybody in the life, all aspects of it, you know one when you see one. So um nope, I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, so that's the story behind the picture. What time is it? I'm gonna ask Bishop Jordan. Cause see, this is how he always gets into a pickle. You say stupid stuff, and then people have to come and they don't have to, but then a person comes and rebuttals or not a rebuttal, but comes and gives their side of the story, and then yours start looking like, well, I thought you said you, but you didn't. You did not initiate that. You did not start those conversations. You, you come on. This it's the extras for me. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. That was all I had to say. I'm pretty sure something to be said about me later. Which you all it's always I don't care. Again, it's nothing personal. I'm just giving my commentary on how I see, what I feel, what I heard, and yeah, that's just it. Nothing more, nothing less. See, like that. I'm out of here, y'all. Hit that like button if you have not. Subscribe if you have not. Share. Oh, wait. This is very, very important. This is very, very important. Off this topic completely. I did a menopause live a couple days ago. And I did that, and I'm going to continue to do a series because there are so many symptoms that we don't know about that we need to know about and we need to pass down to our generation. Um, well, to our age and younger, because it's coming. Some people's earlier than others, but it's inevitable. So please go and watch that video. Please share it with someone. And I have a um, therapist that's going to be on next week to break down um, some of the symptoms that we've already talked about, how to deal with them mentally, how to gauge and guide and those type of things. So look out for that. I'm going to put up that announcement. But in the meantime, in between time, whether you know somebody in menopause, perimenopause, you in menopause, somebody, whoever, if it's a female in your family or a friend, she's either in it or gonna go through it. And there's information that people need to know: hair loss, depression, weight gain, insomnia, your bladder. Like there are so many things that we need to know. It's not just hot flashes and crying. So I ask that you all please, if you will, um, go and watch the Menopause Unlocked video. Thank you. I saw the video and plan on watching it today. Thank you, thank you, Chantel. Um, we as African American women, we go through a lot and it's not talked about. Just like men go through a lot and they can't talk about it or express their emotions, and it creates a monster on the inside. It creates a monster on the inside. So um whenever you all get a chance, please go over there and watch that. The ways to give, again, pinned up there. The Cash App, the Zelle is scrolling, and the Amazon birthday housewarming wish list. My birthday is December 15th. Whoop whoop, Sag Life is coming up. So that's on there. I'm out of here, guys. Have a good one.